What is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be telling you guys this whole situation that happened. I know you guys see what my face looked like and it was a mess. So I'm just going to start off by telling you guys how it started. And then, yeah, hopefully you guys don't have this experience, but at least you will know like how it starts and like things to look for. First, at the hospital, my right leg was swelling and I had on my compression socks, and for some reason the right leg was swollen and it just wouldn't go down. So I took the compression socks off and I was walking around and stuff, and I elevated my legs and I tried all the things that it said to try, you know, to try and make the swelling go down. This was at the hospital. So the swelling did go down and I came home, and you know, I'm walking around, I'm trying my best to stay active, that way, you know, I could get my blood circulation, I don't get any swelling and all that stuff. So I'm like, okay, good. So I noticed like a few days later, a couple days after, that same right leg started to swell again. And I didn't think nothing of it because I'm like, you know, swelling is normal. I went online, I was reading about it. It was saying like, you know, swelling is normal. Like your body have all this excess fluid and I don't know what to do with it. So swelling is normal. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, it's normal, so whatever. So I'm like, okay. So now both my feet swollen. So I'm like, I'm wearing my compression socks at this point. I have on my compression socks and keeping my feet elevated. But now it's becoming like kind of like hard to walk on like swollen feet. You know, it's weird to like walk on swollen feet. It's almost like you can't stand flat. You like standing on the sides of your swollen feet. So it was becoming kind of uncomfortable. But I was like still thinking in my mind, like, you know, swollen feet, that's something like, you know, it's normal, but it's not normal. So I went to bed that night, and for some reason I noticed like right here was a little swollen, but I didn't think nothing of it. And then I noticed like underneath my eyes had like two like circles. They almost look like they had water in them, but it's not like a blister like you could pop it and water will come out. It's like tough. The skin's still tough, but it looked like a water bubble like under my eyes, and it was wet. So this was the night before. So I'm like, okay, what is going on? Like, why is there water bubbles underneath my eyes, and why like right by my mouth like swollen though? But I still ain't really thinking nothing of it because I'm like, you know, that's weird. Like weird. A lot of weird stuff is just happening. So I'm still not trying to like think nothing of it. So I'm like, okay, I go to sleep and I wake up to like feed the baby and change the baby and stuff. And at this point, I could feel like my mouth is like swollen. Like I feel like if I talk, it hurt. So I feel like my mouth swollen. So I went in the bathroom, I turned on the light, I look at myself. I'm like, what in the world is going on? Like my whole mouth at this point is like swollen. All my lips is like, you know, and I'm like, what is going on? So I like wake up my husband at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I wake up my husband, he's like, what do you want me to do? I don't know, fix it, fix it. He's like, what do you want me to do? I don't know, what do you want me to do? So I'm like, I don't know. So I send my doctor like a text message, and I'm like, my face is swollen, my hands are swollen. At this point, my hand look like gloves, okay? They're like fat, my ring can't come off. My hands is like extremely swollen. My feet is like extremely swollen. Now I'm just uncomfortable. And I sent him a text message and I'm like, my hands, my feet, my face is just swollen. I'm becoming really uncomfortable. I don't know what to do. So he replied to me. He called me back like in the morning, and he's like, have your feet been swollen since you left the hospital? And I'm like, kinda, sorta. And he's like, this is something that you were supposed to tell me. And I'm like, yeah, well, I figure like it's normal. Like I wasn't trying to tell you. Cause I'm like, you know, swollen feet after pregnancy, that's probably normal. Cause I was reading about it and they say normal, like where the fluid going, it's normal. So I'm like, okay. And it'll go away in like 2 weeks. So I'm not trying to think nothing of it. But he's like, no, something is wrong. You need to go to the emergency room. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to the emergency room. And he's like, yes, you need to go because you don't know like what the problem is. You don't know what the issue is. For all you know, it could be like a blood clot headed to your lungs. You don't know. So I'm like, okay. So my husband is like taking blood pressure. He's like taking my temperature. He's making sure everything is normal. Everything is normal, but it's just this swelling. So I'm like, oh gosh, I crying at this point because I'm like, oh, I just have my baby and now I'm about to be in the emergency room. Who knows how long they're going to take me. And I just had start feeding the baby every 2 hours. So it's like to be in the emergency room and, you know, I just start stressing out. So I was like crying and I don't even know what's going on. But anyways, so I ended up going to the emergency room. Then the doctor was like asking me like, you know, like have I had anything different in the last few days? And I'm like, no, the only thing I had different is the pain meds. So he's like, well, probably the pain meds. So I discontinued the pain meds. I'm like, you know, but I was taking the same pain meds at the hospital. So I'm like, it can't be the pain meds, you know? So I'm like, I don't know. But anyways, long story short, he was like, maybe it's an allergic reaction. We would be concerned if you had like shortness of breath, like tightening in your lungs. Like if you feel like you can't breathe, then we would be like really concerned. But since you don't have none of those things and it's just the swelling, we are going to give you some medication, some steroids, some allergy medicine, and some other stuff. Listen, when they pump this thing into my bloodstream, right? My head get lightheaded. I could taste it in my mouth. I could smell it in my nose. These chemicals are strong. Oh my gosh, they are strong. So I was in the hospital from like 11 in the morning to like 8 in the night, a little after 8 in the night. And I had to like pump out the milk just to like try to keep my milk production going because I ain't trying to mess that up. And yeah, but listen, that thing was rough, okay? That was no joke. And then afterwards, I had to take the same medicine that he gave me in the emergency room, the same 3 stuff, the steroids, the allergy medicine, and some other thing. I took those at home too, just to make sure that all the swelling goes down. So your gal is somewhat back. Like I looking at myself in the mirror and I don't feel like I look the same. Like I still feel like I have some slight swelling someplace. Like I still don't feel 100% myself. But nonetheless, I'm getting there day by day. And I'll be trying to record some videos for you guys. I have like a lot of ideas of stuff to record, but it's just with time. When I have the energy to do it, I will do it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you found this video somewhat helpful, be sure to give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Did you see the birth vlog though? Did you see the birth vlog of baby True? Oh my gosh. It's over. I'm so happy, like y'all don't even know. I'm so happy that this is over and done with, like so happy. But anyways, thank you so much everybody for your support. Thank you for watching my channel and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. This is what pregnancy and edema look like. Whole face swell up. Have like these bumps on my body. Like, you could see them. I have these bumps on my body. I got my hands swollen. Maybe like after you give birth, don't wear your wedding ring, because now I can't even get my wedding ring off. My other hand is swollen. I don't even look like myself. I can't even feel my lips. This is so bad. I don't even look like me. I don't even know what to do. This is the worst. I never experienced this ever in life. Look at my face. Like, my God.